Yo,
Good morning. How are
just
you?
letting that jam play, boy. Just letting it play. Yeah, boy, the comments are popping off today. Terrence was like, "Where are you guys at? It's 6:15 in the morning. I'm waiting on you guys."
I guess he's on his way to work, so he was giving us some early love
Yeah,
on the
he's
way to work. Thanks, Terrence.
yeah, Terrence is here. Terrence says, "Good morning.
We
Good
also have
morning, Andy."
Andy.
But yeah, check that out. Yeah, it says he's driving to work. Who
Yeah,
else we
you're
got
up
in the
early,
chat?
Andy. Andy is in my Purple Gang chat, and he will wake up at like 2 in the afternoon and be like, "Good morning, guys." It's like we're all at work, man. Our
Andy
days
must
are
be in his 20s.
No, he's an older guy. He's just
Mm.
he's an at home guy.
I'm attempting to bring a custom swig to Legion's kind of got a pretty fun story for him. That's awesome. I know Terrence is going to be super happy about that.
Absolutely. Terrence is like
I'm here to
all the
wake you guys up.
swigs. All the
Bring them.
swigs.
Yeah. So, man, it has been a busy week. It is the second week of
It's
school.
been, man, so busy.
You and I had Brian on Tuesday, which
I'm
was
still coming
awesome.
off that high, dude. Brian Flynn talking to us, looking at our faces, being here in our double
Yeah.
jointed studios.
You can
It's
tell he really loves to talk toys, man, because he would
he
just
does.
you would just give him a topic and then he would just run with it. And
Yeah.
you know, and swig enabler. That's right. And we got a lot of really good comments in the chat in the comment section on that video about us just letting him talk. And they're like, thanks for letting him talk, and thanks for
Yeah.
just giving him the space to like explain stuff or whatever. And I was like, yeah, I don't want to listen to me talk. Like you and I talk all the time. Like that's why I have him on the show, is like I want to hear what he has to say. Like we
Right.
want to know, like he's got the info. So there was a lot of good information, especially about how toys go up, especially in Target or Walmart, about how their retail
Yes.
partners work, and
Yeah,
some really
I
good
thought
stuff.
that was really interesting. He's very smart, and he's on it when it comes to the business side. He's also a fan of all the toys and all that stuff. But when it comes to the business side, which is also very interesting,
Yeah,
he's
I find
he's
it super
very
interesting.
he's very
I'll tell you somebody who I would love to have on the show. I would love to like talk to is whoever is in charge over there at Big Bad Toy Store.
mhm.
I don't think anybody in our community has
That's a good
interviewed,
idea. That's a good idea. I thought his name was
anybody from there.
Joel.
I think so, because that's the one um, I get the emails from him.
We should have
Every
Steve Menk on also.
Yeah, yes, absolutely, from
Hmm.
Articulated Empire,
Hmm.
absolutely.
Hmm.
Terrence says he is. I haven't seen the video yet. I'm not a Super Seven guy, but I know some people. I find him divisive. I think if you were to like Terrence, I think if you were to like sit down and like just have a chat with him or catch up with him at a show, and you guys just talked, you'd find that he's just a regular guy like us
Yeah,
who,
very
you know,
affable.
he just happens to be in a position to where he can make the toys that he wants to
Hmm.
make. And
And
I
you wouldn't even have to talk his toys. You could talk other toys, and he would be fine. 'Cause he's a
Oh yeah,
collector. He's a
absolutely.
collector on his own.
Yeah, I think he
So,
probably gets sick of talking about Super 7 stuff. He probably wants to talk about
right?
other things, other passions or whatever, whether it be music or, other like Japanese import Safubi vinyl Godzilla
Yes.
figures.
Yeah.
That
He
seems to
likes
be
the
like
weird
his.
shit.
Yeah, he said I met Joel at BotCon before BB really took off and bought some stuff from him off eBay for that. Very cool. That's awesome. Yeah, very cool. So, oh yeah, and Josh was in here. We got a crew. So
Yeah, that's
yeah, it's
nice.
been a busy week, and we got a lot of people here. So yeah, let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
Let's get into our pickup. All right, you got some pickups there, my buddy. You want to
I
start off with?
do. I do. I do. I got to turn this down because my eardrums are getting blown out here. The first thing I got from your face froze for a second. Your eyes were like, I was like, what happened? I got this from Amazon. I was not lucky enough to get the first. I know you had to buy like the case to get it. I as soon as Amazon, I jumped on it. So it took a few months, but I finally have it.
Yep.
And
I forgot to add that to my pile of pickups because I did get that guy. I got him and Guy Gardner from that new wave.
yeah, it's really nice. I need to get the McFarlane, the bigger McFarlane version of the classic, because I loved this character as a kid on Super Friends. Really,
yeah. Hey, Terrence, I'm sure you probably know this. I don't think I'm telling you anything you don't know already. But yeah, the black manta, you should be able to get him everywhere right now. Like everywhere has him in stock, I believe. Like he's just literally just a repaint of the blue one that supposedly was a Walmart exclusive that nobody could ever find. I got really lucky. I do have a blue black manta. I never found it at Walmart. I think it was Entertainment Earth had it, and they were like, you have to buy a whole case, and it was like six. I think it was like six Detective Batmans, one Robin, one Aquaman, and then Black Manta. You were guaranteed one blue Black Manta, and it was like I want to say it was like maybe it was 4 Batman. I want to say that my price was like $90 for the whole case, um, and so I did. I got it in, and then I sold off all the other characters, and I think I sold them somewhere in the neighborhood for like $60 or $70. So I ended up only paying like $20 for that blue Black Manta, but I do have it on my shelf, which is, I think at the time he was going for like $65 on eBay, which I just could not bring myself to do.
Not for a
Yeah.
super powered figure, not for a
No.
new one. That's crazy talk.
Yeah, but I did it. I'm glad I did it. I'm thinking about, I don't want to get it graded, but maybe put it in like a plastic case or something. I'm thinking about that now that the black one has come out. But anyway, yeah. So my first pickup this week was actually one from the Glow Man himself, my buddy Randall.
My man
got some figures off the in stock sale, and he got a few too many. He was like, I need to thin these out. I shouldn't have gone. So he gave me. I'm going to be paying for him. I haven't paid for this yet, but I am. I'm going to be paying for him for this extra gold night. I have a couple of them. I love them very much.
I do too.
I did what you were doing. I went to eBay and I found that Father Christmas retail version gold helmet for like $25, and I snapped one up. So I'm going to put that helmet, which is synonymous now with the silver or the Valiant Knight, and I'm going to put it on that body. And
it's a beauty, man. I mean,
that looks gorgeous.
You can't beat that, man.
Yeah,
$30 for the figure plus the helmet, $50, and you've got just straight badassery. I got a little shredded half cape on there. It's good to go.
That looks nice.
It's good to go. My next
William Golden's here today.
Hey, what's up,
William? It does.
Oh, that's a good idea. I didn't think about that. I'll have to check that out. I had ordered a couple things from Super 7, and I was hoping to get it before the Brian Flynn interview. I got a Rodan. You can't really see it, but Rodan t-shirt. So real quick short story that nobody asked for. My dad was a huge movie guy like I am, and would take us to the movies. He didn't care. I'm not going to go take you to see, My Little Pony movie or Care Bears movie or crap like that as a kid. I'm taking you to see a real movie like Alien, like Terminator, like Conan the Barbarian. So my birthday, I think it was like 1981. And he's like, I'm going to take you to Toys R Us and I'm going to take you to the movies. I'm like, sweet. So I'm like, we don't go to Toy Story very often. So I got the biggest damn thing I could find, which was Rodan. The wingspan was like, you can't even see it on the screen, but the wingspan is like 4 feet and it flaps. That thing is worth so much money now. It's like a Shogun Warrior Rodan, and so cool. And then my dad capped that off with the funny, lighthearted Elephant Man by David Lynch movie. So,
of course, as you're wont to do. Hey, Dad, can we go see Elephant Man? That'd be great.
Yeah, nice lighthearted fare. What's up, Trevor? So yeah, I always think for some reason Rodan, and then I associate Elephant Man, which is one of the most depressing, sad movies ever.
Yeah, that's crazy. Oh man. Well, speaking of childhood stuff, it's a good little segue because my favorite, and to this day, my favorite holiday is Halloween. I just
Oh
love
yeah.
Halloween. I love the week of Halloween, like building up to it. I love like spooky decorations, and I've been like gaga over these Ben Cooper,
Oh,
NECA
I need to get
Halloween
those.
figures. And so I have the first 5 that were released on pre-order from Big Bad Toy Store. I was lucky enough to get a pre-order in for those. But this is wave 2, and the first 2 that I got, I probably showed them off a few weeks ago, were exclusive to Walmart,
Mm-hmm.
and then the next 3 were exclusive to Target, and I found them this week. So there
Mm.
is the Phantom of the Opera
I love the
costume.
boxes too.
Yeah, the witch
Oh, I
costume.
need that one. I need that one. Oh, that's nice. How
And
much
they
are those?
and they
30?
also no, the so here's a checklist of the rest that are out. No, at Walmart they were like, I want to say they were 14.99 at Walmart. These were 19.99 at Target. So, and then here's the last one. So I got 3. It's little devil boy.
Oh, I need that one too.
And I like it. They also come with a different kind of treat bag. So he's got like a little paper bag back behind him. Let's see,
I can
this
still
guy is,
smell the costumes too. I could still
oh
smell
yeah. Hmm.
that
Yeah, they
vinyl
did
or
not
whatever
care
it
if we
was.
could see or breathe.
Nah, you're
We would
sweating
walk
your
around
ass off.
sweaty, just sweat pouring in your eyes, eating candy.
And
Yeah,
like I
so I
said
found those
before,
3 this week.
I was a big kid, so like it was made for an average sized kid. So those costumes, I was like sausage casing. I
Yeah,
was I
same.
was busting out, man. If I bent over, man, there's gonna get it's a one-time use. That's right, Matt. It's a
Exactly.
one-time use, man. It's one and done. So you get that, I had a Darth Vader one and I love that thing, man. And I
Cutting
wore
my
it.
tongue on the mouth slit. Yeah, you kept trying to
Yeah.
stick your tongue through it.
You're trying to breathe through the damn little slit in the,
I am
but my
almost
face be
positive.
sweating.
I am almost positive that I I have probably this Frankenstein and this mummy outfit, like pictures of me in those
See, I don't
exact costumes.
I didn't see those. Yeah, Gaspar sausage. I didn't see those. I saw like movie ones. Like I had the Darth Vader one year, and I'm trying to think.
Well, those are coming. So NECA has gotten the license for a few licensed
Mm,
costumes. So
I'll
like
be there.
Alien, I think they're doing an Alien. I can't remember which ones are coming out, but it's like 5 little kids in costumes, and they're all like licensed characters. And then some of them are even newer because I want to say like one of them is like Pennywise, but they're done in like that 80s style.
Yeah, yeah,
But then
yeah.
some
No,
are,
that's
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
That is
I love
cool.
this. I had Spider-Man, Batman, and Wolfman. Yeah.
I think I
So
had
I found
I
those this
think I
week,
had
and I'm
Batman.
very, yeah, those are awesome.
I keep forgetting about those. Whenever you show them, I'm like, God dang it, I need to get those, and I forget. Thank you
Yeah, the
guys.
pre-order, I think the pre-order for the Wave 5, for all of Wave 5, went up this week on Big Bad Toy Store. And it came in stock, and then it was out of stock, and then it was in stock, and it was out of stock. And then I was like, I missed the pre-order, and then it was back in, and then I found those 3 at Target, and I think Wave 5 was broken up over Walmart and Target. Walmart got 2, Target got
Okay. Yeah,
3.
I need to pick those up. Um,
Yeah, it does look like it's sold out again on Big Bad Toy Store. Um,
Maybe I'm
yeah.
gonna go to Target today, so I'll check and see what they got. So my next pickup is back to Super 7. I got the Invisible Girl. Damn glare. Um,
She's
I
the
think it's
first one out. The other figures
yeah,
haven't shipped yet.
yeah, Sheila from I don't know if this is an SDC exclusive. It
I
came
think it
out
was.
it came out right around when he was announcing this stuff. The only thing I just noticed that I don't really like is that her eyes and lips are the only things that's kind of painted on her face. So it looks kind
Right.
of weird. It's kind of a
Yeah.
strange But the cartoon, I don't remember how she looked in the cartoon when she was invisible. So
Right.
maybe that was, but I was like, that's kind of weird.
Is that a plastic cape or a cloth cape? Can you
It
tell?
is a cloth.
That's what it looks cloth.
Yeah, it's a cloth cape. But
Good morning, Charles.
I'll open it maybe for an opening next weekend. I'll open it and we can do
Yeah,
I'll do an
I
opening.
love like the old Dungeons and Dragons
I mean, I
cartoon,
can
and I
open it
have.
this morning instead of
If you want to, go
why
ahead.
don't I open this for our unboxing and then we'll save what I had this week when you get yours next week.
Hey, that's a great idea. That's a
Okay.
great idea.
Okay.
Let's do that.
Let's do that.
Yeah, I have the NECA Dungeons and Dragons stuff, and then I have the Hasbro retro Dungeons and Dragons stuff. But I also have all of that Super 7 stuff on pre-order because those figures look great.
He hasn't announced any of the other ones, so I'm waiting for
So the ones that are on pre-order right now, they have Sheila and they have Hank. And then I think they have, is it one more? Oh, they've got
that skeleton guy. The skeleton guy.
Yeah. And then they have the 2 demon warriors, like smoke monsters. And then at San Diego Comic-Con, they showed off the big $300 3-headed dragon, which I'm not going to get. I got in another order from Hasbro this week, and I got in my Darth Maul on 6 speeder bike.
Nice. It looks like he's planking.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm really interested on getting this guy open because I'm hoping that this is the new Darth Maul sculpt. I think it is because they never really updated Darth Maul from Wave 1 of Black Series. He hasn't been updated since. Every time they put him out, he was the exact same. Chunky legs, big knees, big feet. Oh yeah, J-Max says Bobby and Uni have my heart. Absolutely.
Bobby had this freaking. Bobby had like a tree trunk club, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It was like it looked like a stalactite, but I think it was wood.
Right.
And
yeah,
just clubbing fools.
I'm ready for that whole wave from Super 7.
Oh yeah, more Dungeons and Dragons, man. Bring it on. We need Avenger. We need his horse. All that stuff, man. I got this stuff from my stepson. He knows I'm a Vader guy, so he sent me this vintage Vader to go on my Vader shrine.
Nice.
And then he sent me Sharon Carter. So I was talking about Marvel Legends on Legion's chat last night. If people have not checked out Legion's chat, check it out. It's a lot of fun. It's just Mythic fans just talking toys every Friday night. Contact Colin Culp. And a lot of times, 90% of the time, Joe Vasapolo is there. And I'm not saying he spoils anything, but he will get us excited about what's to come. And he did say, boys, gird your wallets because it's coming. It's coming. So I'm looking at everybody here that's a Mythic fan. Save your money. Don't buy any more toys because, yes, Legion's chat, because this year is going to be an expensive year because Joe, who works at the studio, is concerned about his wallet. So we have to be double concerned about our wallet because it's happening. This is going to be the year.
This is very interesting. I'm glad that you're bringing this up because I kind of wanted to talk about it a little bit because it seems like there was a topic I saw pop up this week on Facebook in the Cabal about it's seemingly more and more likely like All-Star 6 and Necronominus are not going to make it to Legion's Con, that they are not going to be delivered in time for Legion's Con. So I'm interested about this. Like, what do we think if they're not, like, I wonder if that's, like this whole, the armory station, like, and Terrence kind of alluded to, he thinks it might be like a build a night, station. I wonder if they're supplementing some sales with these other options. Do you think
Yeah.
that that's the case, or what do you
Yes.
think?
Yes. I think that they had a contingency plan for um Necro, not because they don't know, like Poxus was delayed for like 2 or 3 years. So they don't know about Necronominus. So I'm positive that I would say around the mystery box time, I bet that they ordered a bunch of figures um that they haven't even released yet, that are just sitting in their warehouse, um, that are waiting for Legion's Con in case Necronominus did not show up the Necronominus wave. So I those tables are not going to be empty. These guys are too smart for that.
Right,
And they're not
absolutely.
going to sell just reinforcements. Poxus is already gone. Like at IshCon, they had maybe 3 or 4 different Poxus figures, and then the rest was reinforcements, cosmic, and then the heavy gunner and the new skeleton. So they're gonna have they're gonna have I think they're gonna have reissues, like William said. They're gonna have skeletons. I'm sure there's gonna be a ton, guys, of that new skeleton. And I think those green knights are integral in what's coming. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be a good time, guys.
I gotta tell you, I am almost a little relieved that Necronominus and All Star 6 are possibly not gonna be
Mhm.
there because yeah,
But
it's
what is
getting
it?
really
What's
close.
yeah?
Yeah, it's getting really close, and I don't have a nest egg yet. Like, I gotta get on it.
I
Like,
don't
I
either.
don't know what I'm gonna be able to
We're
bring
gonna
to
OnlyFans. That's all I can say.
yeah.
OnlyFans. We're gonna have to think up
Alright,
something,
that's it.
and figure it
Start
out.
selling pictures of my feet,
Something, something.
my hairy hobbit
Is it
feet.
your turn or my turn? Your turn.
My turn.
Okay, go ahead.
After last week, when I think, unfortunately, sorry guys, I think Greg and I actually killed Acolyte. We literally spent last Saturday talking about Acolyte, opening Black Series figures, and my God, was it Monday night? They announced that it was canceled. So yeah. Oh, and we have somebody with who might have a little insider information right there.
I
Don't
was
think
just
Necro will make.
asking him. Yeah, I was just
Yeah,
asking him in comments.
yeah. I will pay you guys to keep you off OnlyFans.
um, yeah, the only thing I was thinking,
That's what we'll
Jordan,
do. Is we'll be like, well,
right?
fully nude with like a towel in front of us. And it's like,
Uh,
like, listen, you pay me, I won't drop
right?
this.
Yeah, pay me to keep this towel on. Jordan, I think that the only thing is, what if the container shipped already and they didn't tell us? That's the only thing.
Right.
Um, because usually they're telling us, okay, it's on the water or it's in production and it's shipping any day now. But we haven't really got any kind of update on where
Right.
Necronominus is, other than it's in production. So
And we know that once it hits the water,
it's about a
or
month.
like, yeah, yeah. So, there's like a couple of week process from the production facility to leave the port,
Mhm.
about a month on the water, and then another couple of weeks once it hits the port,
Right,
and then has to go through processing and then get to their warehouse. So
right.
from the time it leaves production till it hits their warehouse is about a 2 month period. And so, yeah, I mean, the closer we get, I mean, we're not that far away. So if it's I think Necro will be in the States by LC. I don't think all direct orders will have shipped, which means they won't be at the show until direct orders have shipped. Yep. Okay. Yep. Got to ship pre-orders first.
But
That's
I
right.
mean, yeah, I mean, they could have gotten a few containers over, and they could start the shipping. If they say, "Hey guys, we're going to start the shipping so that some of our fans are going to get the stuff that aren't able to go to Legion's Con, but also we're going to sell some at Legion's Con." I think
Right.
if they know that that they're shipping stuff but also selling stuff at Legion's Con, I think that people would not be as angry. But
Right.
if they just have it
Absolutely.
at the table and they're like, "Sorry guys, we're too busy to ship," then people would be pissed off. But I think if they're like, we're shipping, you know, the week or 2 weeks before, we're shipping to all our fans out there, but we're also having some at the table, you know, kind of like what they did with Poxus, where they had some, but they didn't have the genie and the demon yet. So they were selling some, but they were also
Yeah.
shipping out too. So
Van's right. People are going to throw a fit either way. That's how it is. It's
people are
absolutely
gonna
true.
people. People are gonna people.
That's right.
My turn.
But yeah,
Your turn.
after last Saturday's unboxing, literally Saturday evening, I went to my local Walmart. We had to go pick up some stuff, and I found the next two that I needed, Yord and OSHA. So I got them, and then Endara just shipped from Big Bad Toy Store. So that is all of the Acolyte Wave 1. We know that it was canceled. If I had to guess, I would say that it's probably going to continue as a novel. I would imagine that's probably, or a comic book series. It's probably the cheapest and easiest way for them to continue that story. My only plea is that Hasbro please give us a Black Series, and for those who collect vintage, a Stranger figure, because I do think that a lot of people probably agree that the Stranger was one of the stronger parts of the Acolyte,
Absolutely.
and he
Yeah,
was a really cool
absolutely.
Sith warrior, and I think we do deserve an action figure of him, even though the show is canceled. So
I
we'll
agree.
see. But we can look back at instances like the Knights of Ren. They're all really cool. We got one in the Black Series line, and that's it. We never got any more, and
Yeah.
they probably have no plans of ever finishing that. So
Yeah.
um, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm not sure. Andy the Collector says I've seen a lot of talk that they're ending the whole High Republic. I don't know. I don't read the novels. I'll check in with my buddy. I have a buddy of mine, Jason, who he reads every single Star Wars book that comes out religiously. He is a huge novel reader. He is a huge Star Wars fan, and I'll check in with him to see if he's heard of any of that. I don't read a lot of Star Wars books, unfortunately. I wish I had the time, but I just don't. So, do
Yeah.
you have any more pickups?
I do. I've got 3 more.
Oh, go through.
I wanted to
I've
say
gone through all of mine, so you're
what?
good.
While Van and Jordan and Terrence are here, I just wanted to say, please, to the people that haven't or don't or haven't yet, check out Purple Gang Gang's show Saturday nights at 9. It's like something you've never seen before. These guys, the productions, the videos, it's hilarious. They're the most positive people that I know. And they're just amazing human beings. So, and Terrence is their special guest tonight. So I'm taping a show at 9, but I'm gonna sneak in and just say hi to the boys. But Purple Gang Gang, it's all about the Purple Gang Gang. They've infused themselves into everything mythic, and I love it. Like they are purple warriors of positivity, and I love you
That's it.
guys, and I'm proud of you guys for everything that you've achieved and done. I'm in there just a little bit, but I'm proud to be part of that, and I just you guys. Anyways, enough about that. I'm sorry, but you guys are badass, and I'm glad to call you guys friends. Anyways,
Absolutely.
so I've
Same
got
here.
a couple more.
Ditto.
I got Doc, who I was going to open today, but me and Mark are going to open him next week. So I've got Doc, and then
I
my
love
buddy
that figure. I
Matt.
can't wait to get him in my hands. I'm
Yes,
so ready.
yes, me too. That didn't sound right, but
I'm sorry.
or maybe it did sound right. Maybe take it as you will. My friend Matt, I think I'd mentioned. I don't know where I mentioned it, but I had wanted, because you have your Mezco Spider-Man, and I'm like, I want that figure, and I love the review. And so my friend Matt reached out to me, and he's like, I got an extra, and I'm like, he goes, let's trade, and I'm like, whatever I got is yours. You just let me know. Like, I was taking pictures of toys and sending him, like, what about this? What about this? What about this? And so finally we found something, or some things that maybe he wanted, and now
Nice.
I got me.
That's a great figure. I love that figure. It's
I
so
love
good.
classic Spider-Man. Ever since I was a kid, they had these 60s cartoons, and that old 60s cartoon with Spider-Man. I was a fat kid that had the the Spider-Man belt. I saved up my whatever I saved up, and I bought this belt, and it barely fit. It was a Spider-Man belt with a little walkie-talkie and little Spider-Man handcuffs. I don't know why Spider-Man had handcuffs, but he did. And I would get ropes and tie them to stuff and just swing my fat ass just wherever I could swing. I was a big Spider-Man. Thank you, Matt.
That's a great figure. I mean, it comes with so many heads and hands and accessories, and the suit is amazing.
Thank you, Matt. Yeah, and my last, it's just a little. It's little. It's just a little.
Here it comes.
Boom!
What? A Vanguard from Valaverse.
Oh my god! Friendship bracelets. Exactly.
That's right, William. You're right.
I've got this, and I still have my ramen racer. I know Van did a review on the ramen racer that was awesome. I haven't opened mine yet, and I really need to. And I need to open this, but I don't know.
Where are you putting all this stuff, man?
In my garage. Yeah. Next to the Thunder Tank.
Did you have one? You have a Thunder Tank? Oh,
I
wow,
do.
that's awesome. I came really close to buying one time, and now the thing is, now it's fairly reasonable on Amazon. So I still yet may pick one up one day. We'll see.
Yeah, you can do that. So that's it for my haul, guys. That's everything.
All right. Well, let's get into it. All right, so we were going to both do G.I. Joe Classifieds today, but it does. That Vanguard is huge. How many? It can fit 4 in the seats, and then like 1 in the back. There's like a gunner,
and then 1 in the turret, and there one in the very back, and then 1 in the turret. Robert Cookie, who's the shipping guy for Mythic Legions, he posted on his page. He had like 5 skeletons. No, he works.
I got you, Cookie. I got you. I know who you're talking about.
He put his skeletons in the Valaverse Vanguard, and they're like shooting and gunning, and like it's a badass picture.
That's awesome.
He put it all together, and it just looks so cool.
So you switched the game up. You're gonna open up Sheila from Super 7, which is fantastic. And I'm gonna open up Torch from G.I. Joe Classified, because I've got this guy sitting around and I've been wanting to open him up recently.
Let's do this.
So let's get into it. Let's open some toys. And I just want to say shout out to the viewers and shout out to the chat, because I think 16 people is the highest number of people that we've ever had.
Yeah, that's an achievement.
Watching the show at one time.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Oh man, there's so much to open here. So much to take out.
You know, if I didn't have this show, I probably wouldn't open anything.
That's the funny thing about doing this show, is that it forces me to open figures that are just literally sitting in my floor.
I love this box. Brian Flynn is such a marketing, packaging and all that. But I love the box because it has as much personality as the action figure.
Right.
I love that.
Yes.
I love that.
Yeah. For those who don't know, Brian used to be and kind of still is in advertising, and he still owns and operates his own design studio. And so, his company started from doing a fanzine, and so design is in his DNA, and you just can't help but design really cool packages, whether it's some of that reaction stuff, or if it's
can you be noisier on the the packaging? There you go.
Tunes in for the ASMR portion of our show.
Yeah, she does have a white invisible. Now I'm gonna open mine or pull her.
Do you have the invisible Hydra from?
Yes. Never opened.
Yeah, I would imagine she looks a lot like he does.
I had a knife and I
Ooh,
lost
I
it.
burned my finger.
Just now?
Yeah, on this right
How,
here.
how did you do it? Oh, I'm like, how did you do that?
Dad jokes.
That was bad.
Man, I got to tell you, Torch should have an OnlyFans page.
Torch is bringing the heat.
I mean, look at this guy.
Oh man, that's how you dress on the weekends, isn't it? When you go out.
Man, I gotta say, I love the sculpted glasses. I kind of wish Ripper and Buzzer had sculpted glasses as well.
Yeah,
My ears.
my
Yeah,
ears.
it is plastic ASMR. That's right. And you're right. These packages are getting harder and harder to get the stuff out of. Like it's almost impossible. Look at the back of this jacket. Look at that. The studs, the chains.
Wow.
That's what people say about our show.
Right. Exactly. You know, this is another unasked for story. I was dating a girl and she asked me like, "Hey, let's dress up for Halloween." And I was probably early 40s and I'm like, I haven't done that since I'm a kid and I'm not really interested in that. But she's like, "Come on, come on." I'm like, "All
This is
right,
why
all
she's
right."
an ex.
Right. And I'm like, "All right, I guess so." So I'm in my room and I'm looking for something and I could not find anything. So I'm like, "Oh shoot, I just lost a hand." Um I find a motorcycle vest and I have this leather kind of biker hat and I have some like some mirrored
Goggles.
glasses and I had some gloves and I cut off the fingers. And she's like, "What are you?" And I go, "I'm a gay biker." And like nobody got it. Like I thought I looked, pretty funny. I rolled up my jeans and stuff. And I had like the white t-shirt with like the biker vest, the leather vest, and
Mm-hmm.
like Blue Oyster Club from uh
This
um
is. I wish I had a picture of this.
Police Academy, and nobody got it. They're like, "What are you? What are you supposed to be?" I'm like, "I'm a gay biker." Like, what? I mean, I had like I had gone to see Prince's Paisley Park, and I had bought this long purple scarf. Why I bought it, I don't know, but I wrapped it around my neck, and like people did not like. They're like, "What are you? What are you?" I don't know what you are, but I'm like, I gave it a
Having
shot.
fun. That's what I
I
am.
gave it a shot, but
Dude,
that's my
look at this.
story.
These tattoos on his arms
Oh
with
yeah.
chains.
Any which
And
way
those
but
chains are
loose.
removable. Yeah.
Yes. That guy with the Black Widow tattooed on his gut. That was me. That was literally me. Oh, look at those pants.
Dude, look at
Bedazzled. He's
those.
got the
Look at them hot.
flames.
Those are called hot pockets.
Hot pockets.
Those,
This
but look
show
at
has
these
taken a
boots,
turn
man.
for sure. I'm sorry. It's my fault. That is a
Yeah, this
badass figure.
guy.
He's got that stash. He
Yeah,
needs like
dude.
a chopper, dude. He needs like a chop. You should get that Punisher chopper and
I
put
do.
his
I have that. I do. I have that right up there on my. I should put that
so
down. Check this out. Look at this
oh
backpack.
yeah.
Knox Rule. That looks really dope.
So it's almost too bright for let me see
Yeah,
here.
she's glowing.
She really is. It's still too bright. Let me turn off the light and see how that goes.
Now it looks like she's glowing in the dark.
She
That's
does
crazy.
look like she's glowing. So she's got her cloak here. Her hair is almost too big to fit. There it goes. It's a cool figure. It's very solid. So this is the first in the series of the I guess maybe her hood does not.
Well, that's the only way she turns invisible is when she pulls her hood up.
Okay, there it goes. There it goes, guys. I got it.
Look at that.
But it's her mouth and eyes just seem weird to me.
Yeah.
But it could be that's how it was because you see her eyebrows and you see her
Mhm.
eyes and her mouth. And that's
Yep.
it. So maybe that's how it was in the cartoon. I'll have to check it out. But as for the figure, it's very solid. She's got some soft rubber for her. She had kind of like a slip dress kind of thing that she wore,
Mhm.
and just bare legs and then boots that went up. So it's kind of hard to see. But the figure is very solid. I would say it's very comparable to if people have had any of the Silverhawk figures. It's very similar in the feel and construction of the Silverhawk figures.
And, this is cool that they went ahead and released the variant first before the, first wave
Yeah,
comes
that's
out
kind of
because
why I wanted it.
they did the same thing with GI Joe. I remember the year that the GI Joe Ultimates came out. Their San Diego Comic Con blue bat came out first because I
Hmm.
got one because I was interested in that line at the time and wanted to know how it worked and how it moved and all that kind of stuff. And that came out first before the rest of
Yeah.
the figures. So that's really cool. Check out his blowtorch. This thing has got a skull.
Nice. Look at that, dude.
It's got a skull on the end with flame coming out of the eyes on the blowtorch. That's crazy.
Yeah,
It's got a little plug-in on the back,
that figure is metal, dude. That figure is hardcore, man, badass.
and he's got 3 different torch attachments. So we have this little torch attachment. This has got a little bit of a flame coming out of it, and then we have the ball of flame attachment to where it just has like a ball of flame coming out, and then probably my favorite one is much longer here, and it is like spewing out.
Oh yeah. You got to have
But
that one in the action pose
yeah, I think
for
that's the
sure.
best. Looks like candy, and I want to eat it. And then
um
the other thing he comes with 2 little pistols. Those are 2 little silver
Pistoles.
guns, and they are going to
I
go in
feel
the
like
2 holsters.
Hasbro could do a little bit better with their handguns and stuff. That flamethrower
I
is
keep
nice.
Yeah, I wish Hasbro would partner with, not buy, but partner with Gridiron
Hmm.
Studios and let them produce all of their weapons. That would be pretty fantastic because those guys know how to add stuff to GI Joe figures. But yeah, there you go. There's a little torch.
Nice. Was he the one with the Australian accent or no? I thought one of
Yeah,
them had like an
yeah.
Australian accent that was cool.
We're gonna get those Joes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't know if that's
Um,
how he sounded or not.
Andy, all her heads are the same size, so there's not um, like a hooded, that would fit. It does fit. It was just kind of a snug fit. There's no wiring, which I'm kind of surprised at. There's no wiring in any of the cape. But I think it's very true to the show. The her cape was very kind of like small and very like a slip, like a sheet almost, like very thin. So he did stick to, the the likeness of the show. The head sculpts and stuff are really good. You would have to get it in hand to really appreciate, I think, the head sculpts. Because on here it doesn't really look right, but like when you see it in hand, um, you can see that her eyes and stuff are painted. It looks better in person. The video
Right.
doesn't really do justice, but this is a really nice figure, and I'm happy with the purchase. I'm glad it's a solid figure. Her legs are kind of ratcheted. At first I thought they were tight, but it's kind of ratcheted, and you can see like all of
Yeah.
the pins and
That's
the
just
and
like
the
Tigra, the invisible Tigra. You can see all the
yeah,
joints
right.
and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's really nice. It's really nice. I'm glad I got it. I did pre-order Sheila. I haven't pre-ordered Hank yet, but I will. But yeah, this is a good signifier for the future of the Dungeons and Dragons with Super 7. I'm up for it.
Very cool. Very cool. Well,
I
you and
like it.
I both have a hard stop today at 11. So we got
Yes.
about 15 minutes left. So let's get into our double down because it might be a little controversial. So, yeah, so we're going to talk today about some companies that have some offerings up on Kickstarter. And the first company that I want to talk about and I want to give a shout out to is Brutal Realm. Congrats to
Yes.
these guys for getting funded. They are fully funded, and you can see it is still going up. They needed 140, and they're
Mhm.
currently at 178. I have backed them. I have backed, and I want to say that this is our, yep, 1/6 shooter, Trevor Williams, taking some beautiful
Absolutely.
photography. But if you guys haven't heard about this, it is a set of 1/12 scale, so our 6-inch um, warriors. They're all sharing the same buck. And let's see here. So you
Really
can
close
back.
to Athena too. Athena should be unlocked pretty quick here, I think.
Yep, yep. So this is one you can get. This is one of their named
That's
characters. You
one of
get
the
this
ones
guy.
I pre-ordered him.
Yep. And these guys are running around $33 because I think I backed the three named
Yep, I got him too.
characters. Here we go. I pre-ordered this guy as
I
well. I backed
love
this
that.
guy.
That is so
Yeah.
rad.
Especially with that skull face, it looks incredible. And then you've got some army builders, so you can just pre-order. And I think these are
Yeah.
around $30.
Yeah, they're
They're
like
just they're
28,
unnamed.
30. Yeah.
Yeah, unnamed warriors. You can back at that.
I got the Native American
$30.
one.
But then as they're going up, it looks like D Amazing has had some of these figures in hand because I think these are maybe some of his shots. Um, Here's another one of their
Look at
base
that, man.
figures. This looks so good.
That
I
figure is
love
sick.
the aesthetic of these figures. They look so
Yeah.
good. And as you can see, they have different feet. So that lower boot part is going to be kind of like AWOC, to where that lower boot part is removable off of the calf. And you can replace the feet with the booted feet with the
Mhm.
bare feet.
I
So
love that.
that's,
I love
yeah,
that. And that's great for
that's great.
customizing too. You can do a lot of customs with that. That's the
Absolutely.
one I ordered. I ordered this one too, the Native American one. I love the head sculpt on
Yeah.
that.
And then we've got some accessory packs,
Mhm. 5
which are
bucks.
nice. I know,
$5.
isn't that crazy? But then you get some more figures. If they first tier was unlocked at 140, so the Mighty Chief motto
Yeah.
is one
I know
that
my
is
boy
now.
Eric Keys was excited about that one.
Yeah, this guy looks great. And then look at this guy. Unlock
Con.
the Great Khan. This guy with that bird
That's
bow
pretty
looks
rad.
amazing.
Yeah, that's pretty rad.
There's one that looks like Darth Vader, which I'm excited for. The Owl King would be next.
Yeah,
He
I didn't
looks
check that one out.
awesome.
I didn't see him until just now. That's pretty cool.
Comes with an owl. And then unlocked at 185, we have Uruk the
Oh,
Sumerian,
that is a
which looks
beefy boy.
nice.
I like that bearded head. Yeah, I get that, Andy.
2005, look at this. Deluxe General Grimskull. Now, this is definitely a Darth Vader homage, and I'm hoping this guy gets unlocked. It's got like a 5 days, so I don't know if we're gonna,
They're at
you
what are
know,
they? 180 right now? 178?
178, and this guy
Yeah,
would
I
have to
think
be unlocked at 205. I
it's
think because in
happening.
those last 48 hours, there's going to be a massive push.
Yeah.
Um, uh, so you've got this Shadow Army guy unlocked at 220 with different heads. And then Athena the Warrior Goddess at 250. And that would be their first female buck that they would make. And that's
Now
why she's probably the highest.
they might move things around because I know they're saying a lot of people have requested the female. So they might, kind of shift her. They might do some Todd McFarlane things and do some shifting, do some moving things around, and hopefully
Yep.
we will get that female figure. Because I know,
And
like myself, a lot of people are fans of the female figures.
absolutely. And I've actually been in contact with them to see if I can get um, some of their prototypes to do some previews of for the channel.
Mhm.
They said that they were open to it, but they only have a few prototypes and they have a lot of reviewers requesting them. So they're kind of in the pipeline. They're shifting them around.
Mhm.
They're sending them to reviewers. And then, so look for that. That may come in the future
That'd be awesome.
before these ship. But yeah, I mean, $100 is going to get you three figures, which looks incredible. But here's what we need to talk about today, guys. Here's what we need to talk about. We need to talk about our old buddy, Papa Todd.
Mm-hmm.
Todd McFarlane has got a Kickstarter up for Medieval Spawn. And he was asking for, let's see here, he was asking for $100,000, which he hit within 2 minutes.
That's
Within
amazing.
15 minutes, he was at $600,000, and it is currently sitting at $1.489 million. And I can tell you that there are some people in the community that are not happy about this for a number of reasons. Let's kind of go through it. Let's kind of go through what's going on here.
All right, everybody, Todd McFarlane here. Let's talk about our.
Can you guys hear that audio? Can you hear Todd McFarlane talking? All right, let's play his video here.
Second Kickstarter, right? So back in 2020 during the pandemic, we did our first Kickstarter based on the very first line, remastering the first series of figures. Well, one of the figures that was in that first line, not Spawn, we already did him, Medieval Spawn. We're going to do Medieval Spawn. If you guys remember, this is what he looked like way back when we first started making toys, but we're getting way.
Why is Todd McFarlane kneeling down in his backyard? I don't understand this. I mean, dude's got so much money. Why are we in the backyard kneeling on the ground? I have no idea.
Better at it. So now we're going to come out with what I think is easily our most detailed figure to date here.
Now, before we get into this any further, I just want to say this is a gorgeous figure.
It's a very nice looking figure.
Beautiful, gorgeous figure. Is it their most detailed and most paint apps ever? I don't know. I mean, if he says it is, I'm inclined to believe him. And it looks gorgeous. You are able to choose in the base offering when you back this figure if you want this version that he's holding where the undersuit is blue, which is a throwback to the original toy. The suit was blue and all the armor was red and silver, or a black version where the undersuit is black and then everything is red and silver. They look very similar. But that's the only difference. And then a third option is an all gray artist proof, I guess, if you wanted to paint it yourself. I don't know. But
is it cheaper?
No, it's all they're all the same.
Of course not.
Yeah, they're all the base figure is, I think, $58 for the figure.
Here, right? Look at this thing. This thing is crazy, no matter what it is. And we're gonna have 3 versions of it. We're gonna have one that's an unpainted prototype. For all you customizers out there, you guys will get that one. And then we're going to have the black version. And he'll come with the cape, just like this guy in the cowl, right? It'll be up there. But I just took.
Since he mentioned the cape, he brought up the cape. The cape is plastic. It's not a cloth cape, and it's not wired.
Took the cape off so you can see, even on the back, we have the detail even on the back. Even though we got a big cape on them, right? We want to make sure that you got lots of detail, no matter where you go. Tons of flexibility, tons of articulation on this.
32 points of articulation is what the page says.
But let me show you a couple of the fun things on here that we're going to be doing. You can be able to like swap out a bunch of the pieces. You're going to see some of them I'm going to show you here. But some of them can be super easy. You want to swap out that forearm? It's a magnet, right? Take it on, take it off. But if you want to swap it out, you take this one, pull it off, 1001, 1002, it's on. Same thing on this other side. Take it off, take it on. You click it on and off. These are going to be magnets. The chests are going to be magnets. You're going to be able to pull it off and on. Some other pieces like the head, you're going to have to snap on and off.
His videos seem like watching a QVC video or something. Like he's, it's like
he's kneeling down in his backyard. I don't know what's going on here.
He's got a turtleneck shirt on or something. I don't know.
For them. As fun and easy
to do the magnets. I think that's nice.
And
I do too.
If we reach our goal, and I hope we do, then you're possibly gonna get all of these in your box with no.
Possibly.
Okay, this is the big sticking point. Possibly going to get all of this in your box. Possibly being the operative word here. Let's go back.
You're possibly gonna get all of these in your box with no additional cost. So we've got all the weapons here. with cool detail front and back, right? Some big weapons here, some big weapons.
All right, so let's get into this a little bit. So for $58, I want to show you what you're getting, okay? Here's your base offering. $58 gets you the figure, the sword, the shield, and this comic book and a stand. This is what you're going to get for 58 bucks, whether you order the blue version, the black version, or the artist proof version. That's what you're going to get. Of course, you can upgrade and get a signed placard by Todd McFarlane.
Wow.
You can get a 3-pack. The 3-pack will get you a bonus sword right here that's only available if you get the 3-pack. But all these different heads look amazing. They look great. Unfortunately, all of these heads are not included. So you've got a Roman helmet, a Valkyrie helmet, what they call the hamburger spawn, which has always been his
head,
unmasked head. But look at all, it says free bonus accessories. These are not free. These are not free. These are all unlockable. Okay. These are all unlockable. So let's watch the first update here, because this is where the cringe begins. Okay. Let's get into this.
All right, everybody, Todd McFarlane here to talk about the free stuff you're going to get, right? We like free stuff. So we just crossed $1 million. So that means you guys have earned lots and lots of things already. We hope to keep giving to you. So again, we're in production. Here's the package we show.
So let's stop right there and talk about what he just said. We're in production. This figure is already made. The box is already made.
Right.
This figure has already been produced.
He's already paid for it.
The tooling has already happened. The figure is already in production. Right. He does not need the money to kickstart this. He's already paid for it. Okay? That's part of the problem.
Yeah.
Okay?
It's a cash grab.
Okay? It's already in production. You're going to see here just a second.
And here's what we ultimately hope what will happen when you open it up, that every one of those spots will be filled in there with one of the bonus items.
That's going to be stupid if they're not filled. They're going to be empty or what? How is that going to?
Yeah. But look, you see how far along they are in this process? Like, this isn't like we're going to have to show sketches or we're showing test shots. Like, right. Do you see how far along they are already in the process?
Just yeah, like there's no renders here, there. It's done.
All thrown in at no extra charge. So let's go and see what we've got. But before we talk about $1 million, let's just go back and talk about.
All right, watch
you guys
this.
Did hit earlier today, $250,000. So we got to give you something. So $250,000.
Here's some hands.
We're going to give you. It doesn't seem like it's super sexy, but you need these for sure. First thing that we're going to include now is a free pair of hands.
Thanks for the hands. Good job. Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
$250,000, and we get 2 extra hands. Like, yeah. I just got the manga Batman from Target for $29, and it came with 6 hands.
So stupid. Isn't one of the unlocks a sheath for the sword? It's like, come on, man.
We're getting
these
there.
Hands are different than the ones you had before, and these hands, combined with the ones that you already get, will be able to hold all the weapons if we get that far. So if you get all the right now, for sure, 1 item, then we're going to give you each. Let's go to $500,000 now, right? Boof! You guys hit that pretty quick. So every toy is going to come with a sword.
Wow!
Right. So let's make the next one you guys get. Why not? Let's make it the sheath.
Oh my God, a sheath to go with the sword. Man.
What?
Wow.
Another $250,000, you get a sheath. I don't know anything about toy production, but I got to tell you, I don't think it costs $250,000 to make a tool for that, to tool up that sheath.
Yeah, no soft goods is insane.
No metal chains. That's what Alchemist is talking about. There's no metal chains for the. Oh, dude.
Right. So the sheath is the one, and if you look at the detail on it, right, it's all painted with a couple skulls. I'll get the.
Yeah, it's a nice sheath. It's a nice looking. I mean, everything I've seen is nice so far, but like the nickel and diming to
Yeah.
try and get
Next
people
up
to
after that. Oh yeah, go ahead.
just that he's just trying to get more money out of more
Dollars.
people.
Thank you all. Then let's give you one of the cool
Exactly,
helmets,
Josh.
right? So now we got a weapons, we got hands. Here's a cool helmet. This is the one that I think is one of the cool ones that we have. So everybody, I want to make sure.
Of course, that helmet is awesome. Now
It is
he does
awesome.
go on. There's another video here that you guys can watch.
Time for
They've
us to
passed
give
over,
you
you know,
some
the
more
next
items. There's some cool packaging
goal,
cover there.
and
And remember,
I think
it's
they're going
gonna
to
be
show
the
off
fastest shipping that you'll ever.
fastest shipping. Do you know why it's the fastest shipping? Because it's already been produced. They're already in the final stages of the production of this figure. Like all of the cost associated with this figure have already been paid by McFarlane.
And
That's
how
why
much?
it's the fastest.
And how much is shipping?
So for me, the base figure, now I live here in the States, of course, and I live in Florida, and I don't know where this is shipping from, but when I just wanted to look and see like what shipping would be. So the base figure was like $58. For me, shipping was $27. So
That's
it put the
crazy.
price of the figure at $89 for me to get this figure. Yeah, and I love this. It's not even, it's at least it's the first issue that's a full sheath. Yeah, yeah, and then part of it, yeah, it's there's just so much. There's so much here. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, basically at this point, I think I saw a YouTube video. It might have been Articulated Ninja. I think had been the
Yeah,
one
he
who
did a
like
breakdown of
he did a breakdown, and it was something
Yeah.
like if we get all 14 accessories, it'll be somewhere in the neighborhood of he would have to raise $3.4 million, 3.5 million for this figure. There is no need at all to
No.
kickstart this figure. There's no need. Spawn is a very popular character. McFarlane owns all the rights. He created Spawn.
Well,
There's no licensing fees here.
I think the reason why he's doing this is that the money goes directly to him. Like we were talking about yesterday, you know, yes, he has a contract with Target, but he wants to circumvent that Target and sell directly to us so that the money goes into his pocket. He already owns the rights to Spawn. So now he doesn't have to pay Target and
4.5 million. Okay.
That it's insane. So, you know, the more we, you know, the more he gives us a little bit, we get excited. People, oh yeah, I want that, and the money is going directly to him.
Listen, there's no doubt. Like if I went into my Target and I saw this figure on shelf with all of these accessories for $60, I would probably buy it.
Mm-hmm.
But there's just something so cringy about you guys raised me another $250,000. I'm giving you two hands.
Right. That's
you raised another $250,000. I'm giving you a sheath.
Here's your reward.
Comes with, like, there's just something so who was it? Yeah, William Golden said he's just so out of touch.
Mm-hmm.
Like I applaud Todd for what he has done to the comic industry, to the toy industry.
Oh, absolutely.
He really, like what he has done to like get Image Comics to where it was, and what he did to like redefine the toy industry and like make it like change its trajectory, like in the early 2000s or when Todd Toys hit the scene. I mean, yeah, I have owned so many McFarlane Toys figures, and still to this day will buy a cool Batman when he puts one out. But God, this is just like sticking in a knife and then just continuing.
Yeah,
to turn
it's insulting. It's insulting.
It's tough.
You know?
It's tough. I just can't bring myself to back it. It looks beautiful. It looks gorgeous, but you know, there's no need for this.
Honestly, I think if he would have just said, "Here's all the parts. Here's the figure," he probably would get 3 or 4 million because it's a beautiful figure. Everybody wants it, but here's all the stuff that it comes with. Here's a beautiful case. He probably would get 3 or 4 million without doing all the little, you know, the unlocking items.
I think so. I think so.
That.
I think he would have just. I think if he would have just come out and said, "Here's the figure," and then you get all 14 accessories, and the price is, you know, whatever it is, $58, $75, whatever it is, to include all of those accessories, and then like that's how we're putting it out. I think I know personally myself, I would have such a better taste in my mouth about it. Harry O, I think you're absolutely correct. No one is twisting anybody's arm to buy
Right.
this. They're not. They're not. And I even said a minute ago, if I walked into Target and saw this on shelf, I would probably buy it, you know, no matter what accessories it came with. There's just something about this trickling out of these of like little accessories that probably should have been included in like in the base offering, at least extra hands and the sheath for the sword that he's carrying. Oh man, I don't know. That's why I said it was going to be a little controversial. That was just it. Just kind of like I was just seeing so many people talking about this throughout the week, and I wanted to weigh in on it. There is a good side to this, real quick, and we'll wrap up. The good side to this is if anybody backed or their drawing board, the McFarlane drawing board stuff for superpowers. So it was the Black Manta boat submarine and the Batman submarine.
They're pretty cool looking vehicles.
I backed them, you know, but that initial ask for those two vehicles and 3 repainted figures was $600,000. He extended it from the end of or beginning of August through the end of August so that it would overlap with this Spawn offering on Kickstarter. And then once I think this hit $1 million, they went and they dropped the ask from 600,000 to 140,000, making the 145,000 that it had already gained at that point for the superpower stuff made it fund. And so hopefully he's taking some of the money that he's making here, rolling it into the superpower stuff. So I don't think it's an all bad situation. I think it is helping us. I think it's helping us get other stuff that we want. But again, he didn't need to kickstart 2 vehicles for superpowers. They put out $25 vehicles all the time. I do think what Todd is trying to do is I do think he's trying to build up his online store, circumvent Walmart, circumvent Target. But at the same time, you know, he is still going to want those retailers for people to be able to like walk in and buy stuff on the shelf, you know,
and the retailers need him too, because, you know, he's selling stuff that people want at a reasonable price. So,
there's just something. Yeah. Exactly.
We were just talking about that. Yeah.
If you're going to kickstart it, Hall of Justice, Darkseid's Tower, like any of that stuff.
What was that skull that was in the swamp that the villains were in? That was the coolest. Did you ever see that? It was like a black, almost looked like a Darth Vader helmet, but it was like a skull.
I don't remember this.
And it was in they would hide in the swamp. And that was their mobile kind of hideout.
Yeah, if he'd have done a Kickstarter for superpowers and it had been the Hall of Justice or the Darkseid Tower that we never got as a kid,
Hall of Doom, yeah,
Hall of Doom, any of that, I would. William Golden said LOD. Was that like Lair of Doom? What was the LOD? I don't remember that. But yeah, that
Legion,
I would
Legion of Doom.
Legion. Okay, like for me, like that would be.
I would be there.
In.
I'd be there,
but
for sure.
He pops $20, $30 figures, vehicles in Walmart all the time, or on Amazon or on his own store.
Yeah, I don't know. Other stuff going on. I think he's got some.
I don't know. I just think if this had been handled differently, I think I would. I know me personally, I wouldn't have such a bad taste in my mouth over it. I probably would have backed it, but I don't know. I don't know. But this thing is going to sell like hotcakes. On the secondary market, the first Spawn is still hard to get. You know, it's still really expensive. So kudos to them. If everybody's getting it, whoever's getting it, I think you're going to get an amazing figure. I think it looks incredible. I just wish it kind of would have been handled differently, but I don't know. That's nitpicky. But I just wanted to talk about that a little bit this week. I know that we both are we're kind of over because we both had a hard stop at 11, so we need to wrap this up. I just want to thank everybody who's been in the chat today, everybody who's chimed in.
Thank you so much, guys. Everybody, thank you.
100%, absolutely. Thank you guys for showing up and doing this with us. Thank you, Greg, for. I know you're tired and you're busy this week, but thanks for taking the time to do this.
I'm happy. And, I look forward to this every. Are we having a pre-recorded episode next Saturday? Is that what we're talking about?
I don't know. We'll need to look at our.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's coming up soon. I think we'll have to do. I think there's one Saturday in September that we'll need to do.
Okay, that's right.
We
got a new guy too. Looks like.
Backwoods. Welcome to the show. Just as we're ending, sorry. Catch the replay for sure. But yeah, thank you. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching. I super appreciate it. Please be sure to head over to New to Mythics on YouTube and check out Greg's channel and all of the wonderful interviews that he has done.
And Purple Gang Gang tonight at 9.
And yes, absolutely. And if you didn't get a chance, go back and check out this past Tuesday. Greg and I sat down with Brian Flynn from Super 7 to talk toys and business and all that, and it was a lot of fun. So thank you everybody for tuning in and watching, and we'll see you in the toy aisles
Saturday mornings. Bye. Thank you guys.